Welcome all of you students. In this lesson, I am introducing practical example that you must face this kind of scenarios when you move into the practical world, right? Think about this. Your application connected to database and retrieve data from this format. This format mean this format, right? ID is some name. It's not right. ID is a integer value. This is wrong. The name should be string value. Age should be integer value, right? This also should be integer. It's my fault, right? And you just use select all from table name, right? From in database you use all the record from database. That means you can't imagine how many records comes to your interface, right? Statement and your data record count will change. Sometimes will update, delete, or new record add. Anything can happen, right? You can't imagine what's the exact record statement. We want to show all the records, right? That is your task. Your task was to show this data in user interface. User interface, so if it is a website, your view, right? I ask you to make a program, right? Think about this. If I get the data from anyhow, we should use for each loop, right? The reason is we don't know how many records. It will always update, right? Okay, I will explain how I code example, right? Okay, let's go to coding. This is my previous example project. Don't worry about this, right? This is a just console application and I add few classes. You just need only this program.c# class. The reason is it contains main method, right? I just add folder called model. The reason is I want to add some models. Add class student. Add the student class and make this public. Then add properties. Use prop keyword and two tabs. Two times click tab. Then integer type ID. Actually this is a .NET standard, right? Don't worry about this, but use this integer. Then use string. You can use capital string or simple string. Name. Then use ID, age, right? Think about this. You have a student class. That student has ID. That one student has ID, name and age, right? This three has, right? We just use this main method, right? Mean create list of object. Don't worry about this. I'm still not introducing what is list, right? When you comes to the list part and other collection as well, you will be a master of this thing, right? First, student type, right? Last time we use integer or string type, but this time I use student type. Just import namespace, right? Name student. New list of students, right? Now I create a object. In this time I just add some data. In practical scenario comes data from database, right? Now I'm not connecting to the database and no tables and no records, so I manually add some data, right? Just use student mean that object name dot add. How add list of object. That is different from, right? New student. This is the way how add list of object. Don't worry about this, right? We just use ID, name and age. ID equal or ID, sorry, that is not ID 1, right? That is integer. Name string. Name must be string. Then age, right? Age is an integer 22, right? Just click Ctrl D shortcut for duplicating or copy and paste. I change this to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? This will change. You can add any number of items, right? You can delete or you can remove. It's up to you. Change different names. I just use A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the format, right? XXX, PPP, like that. DDD, like that. Age also change. 22, 3, 25, 25 also, 24, 29, 30, right? This is my list of object. You can add many, right? In this kind of scenario, you should use for each loop. The reason is we have list and we don't know the range, right? This time you can count the range, but if you have a database and it always update, right? Then you don't know how many items you have, right? Then use for each loop. For each loop, for each student, right? Students is the name. I use one student as student. You can use your own name, right? It doesn't affect to the result. Now I want to use console.writeLine. Then I want to print the data, right? You can just use student.id plus student.name plus student.age, right? This will iterate all your result one by one. Then use console.readLine. The reason is I want to keep alive my console, right? Otherwise we don't need this one. Check that. Right. Okay, some spaces we should add, right? First name, right? This plus and this plus and this plus, this all the plus we use concatenating, right? This is string, this also one data, right? We use concatenate the result and add one more plus, add, then comma, then not this one is ID, this should be name, this should be age, right? Save and run, right? You can see that, right? If you add more lines, check the result, it's okay, right? That's why I say use this for each loop in real world scenario, right? when you practicing your code, you use for loop. That's possible. Myself also the same. But when you comes to the real world, the for loop will limit, right? We can't use, the most of time we can't use for loop, right? We have to use for each loop, right? I think now you have good understand about for each loop, right? And how for each loop work, right? My expectation was to introduce you and practice you. I think I got that, right? Okay, that's it for this lesson. Let's move into next part.